Sometimes I think I wish I would have we could have waited to get married, bro.
Most bizarre dream you've ever had.
There have been a couple where I have seen the future.
Like deja vu?
Yeah, no, like for real.
When somebody tells you to do something, that's exactly when you don't want to do it. When your mom tells you to go clean the dishes, you don't want to clean. Even if you were walking to go clean the dishes, you're not going to want to go clean the dishes. Sometimes your weenus can get in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate when weenie.
You make everything about race, and I don't know why. This week, we're answering your questions. We're going to be talking about the current job market, a step-by-step guide on how to get a girlfriend, and what you should be doing before you ask somebody to marry you. We're going to get into all that and more, so stick around till the end, as well as some updates from us. Let's get into this Half Past crew. Welcome to
Half Past Cha.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of Half Past Chai. My name is Suketu.
My name is Hallie.
If you can't already tell, I am not white.
I'm not Indian. That's
and
new.
That's something we talk about. We talk about being an interracial couple. We talk about relationships. We have guests on sometimes, but we also get questions from you because you guys go to www.halfpastchai.com where you submit your questions and stories.
Boom!
It's also where you buy merch. It's pretty crazy. We release new podcast episodes every Monday at 7 a.m. sharp. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, like this video if you're on YouTube, and if you're watching on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure you follow the pod, give us 5 stars because that helps the algorithm so much.
I just hit my elbow so hard. I tried to play that cool, but it did not come out cool at all. I literally
I saw that in the corner of my eye.
I hit my funny bone or my weenus. Is that what it's called?
Oh, it's called a weenus for sure.
Oh my God, it's my bone. That hurt so bad. Okay.
Half Past crew, settle in, get cozy, and grab your cha. All right, now.
What is up, gang? Happy Monday!
We get to talk about all of you today.
I can't wait to yap about all the questions that you yappers sent to us.
So excited.
I'm so excited. It's great. How are you feeling?
Feeling good.
Feeling
guys,
good?
Just so you have a perspective, it is 11:28 p.m.
Nobody needs to know that.
And I'm not that tired because I just had some milk. I had
It's some mommy.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. What?
Hallie's getting a little freaky tonight. She's getting a little freaky. So
It's because I just hit my weenus.
Yep. That weenus.
Damn.
That dang weenus.
Yeah, that hurt like a mother trucker, like a butt cheek on a stick.
Sometimes your weenus can get in the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate when weenie. Is that the plural form, weenie? I hate when weenie get in the way.
But, this is episode 85.
85,
which
baby.
is insane. But
Gosh.
every 5 episodes, if you're new, every 5 episodes, we do questions of the week. Mm-hmm. So the whole episode is dedicated to you all because you guys submit your questions. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, so thank you to everybody genuinely who has submitted a question, whether it be on Instagram or submitting through our website, www.halfpastcha.com. That's where a lot of these come from, but we also like to post on social media for, just like not as long questions, like people just do like fun ones, like just little fun, like little get to know us kind of questions. So thank you everybody because we love reading them and we love responding to them and we love sharing them with everybody and we hope that they can be relatable or comedic or anything just to anybody who is watching this podcast. So thank you. We love you so much. With that being said, we are starting off strong with the very first question, which I wanted to answer first because I'm very passionate about it. Recipe for cha.
This is a good one. I actually just recently started making cha in the morning. And I'm loving it.
Yeah?
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Because it's fun and it's quick and easy. I didn't think it was going to be that quick and easy.
So I just want to preface, you're Indian.
Yeah.
You grew up having cha.
Yep. Every morning. My mom had it ready before I even woke up.
You privileged little child.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's a wonderful, wonderful person and a wonderful mom. But because it was made for you, you did not learn how to make it. When did you first have it?
Like, when did I first have chai?
Yeah.
I think I started drinking when I was like 7 years old.
Do you see that as a problem?
No, I don't think so.
But isn't it caffeinated?
It's a little bit caffeinated.
Yeah. Okay. So because it
there.
was prepared for you, Mr. Patel here did not learn how to make it. I had to figure that out by watching and learning. Not him, my mother-in-law.
The question is what the recipe is.
But I just want to point out that how backwards is this? That I, the white person, had to learn how to make it, and then my Indian husband knows how to make it. That's so whack.
You make everything about race. And I don't know why.
That's funny to go at the beginning. I like that you just said that. That'll get people's attention.
Goodness gracious.
So, okay. So, I wanted to answer this first because I'm very passionate about it. Yeah. I'm so cool. Oh my God. I'm the only person in the world that makes cha. Oh my God. But I will say, I have figured out a few different ways to make it that we like.
I've tasted lots of cha in my life. This is the best.
Stop.
It's the best.
Stop it. You're
All
making me
come
blush on camera. Oh my God.
Well, it's hard because you can't give like exact amounts.
I can't, but I can give the general gist of things. So I can make a few different kinds. All right. So you can make the regular general cha. And if I'm doing
Let's just do normal cha. Don't talk about the other one's too complicated.
Masala cha. Okay. Yep. I'll do that. So that you got your tea, you got your water, you got your sugar. I use organic cane sugar. I think the sugar makes a huge difference.
It does.
It really changes the taste of it or the sweetness of it and how much you use as well. I know some people that use, like regular sugar, you can use like the Indian sugar specifically, which I've also had. I use organic cane sugar from Costco, or you can use brown sugar or no sugar, whatever your preference is. So you got those three so far. And then I have tea masala, which it has like a bunch of different stuff in it. It has like cinnamon, nutmeg, black pepper, like different kinds of spices in one. So it's basically just like a mix, like a tea masala. So I put that in there. I put cardamom in there. And then I also put a little bit of nutmeg in there, a little extra nutmeg, just because I really like the taste of it.
That is the secret ingredient because like I've loved cha and then she added nutmeg once and I was like, oh my God.
Which the tea masala already has that in there, but I like extra. So I added in there more.
It tastes so good.
And then you bring that to a boil. You let it do its thing. And then you add in your milk. And then once that boils over a few times, then that's when I add in my ginger and mix that all in. So that's like my ginger masala chai. So like that's kind of a mix of everything. I do all the things because that's also how your mom really showed me how to do it. Like that's what she does. So I was like, I love the way this tastes. I'm going to try and recreate this at home. I've never successfully made it. Like hers just tastes more Indian than mine. Like mine tastes good, but like hers is just better.
Tomorrow morning, you should just make like, this is how I make my cha.
I know. I'm going to make a video.
We can link it here and then you can watch how she makes it.
Yeah, I'll make a TikTok.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'll do that. Okay. And then I can post it on Instagram. I'll post it for everybody to see. I think that'd be really fun. And then with that being said, I've discovered a new kind that I really love. I make a brown sugar cinnamon cha. Okay. So I do all those things, basically just take out the ginger, but I do like, the tea, the water, the masalas. Then I put, I do like only 2 teaspoons of the cane sugar and then I do a teaspoon of brown sugar and then I add in a cinnamon stick and I let that steep the entire time that it's, like all mixing together and it's so good. And then I basically just do the same thing with the milk. And then I don't put any ginger in because I don't think that would really go well with it. But man, oh man, I tasted it at a place and I was like, I could make that at home. So I did. Yeah. And it's really good. So I'm really kind of testing out different ways. And it's really fun because when people come over, I can be like, oh, which one do you want? Like I can do all of these things. So it's fun. Yeah. But yeah, I love that question. I will make a TikTok and we will put it in the description.
Yeah, we can do that.
Is that a good thing to do?
We can do it.
Slay. Next question is for you, actually. Yeah. So let me ask you, how's the job market in software engineering and electronic engineering? Is that a thing?
It's like electric engineering.
Oh, electric. Okay.
Like electrical engineer.
Yeah.
Electrical engineering. I'm just going to say STEM jobs right now in general.
Trash.
Absolutely
garbage.
Insane how the market is. So I just looked it up on Google. I said, as of today, what is the job market right now when it comes to STEM jobs? It says that the job market is cooling down, which means there's a significant decrease in available jobs. So the jobs that are open are usually like contractor jobs or fixed term jobs or like jobs that aren't full time or something like that, right? So those are the kinds of jobs that are open, and a lot of people don't want to apply to stuff like that because sometimes it doesn't come with benefits, sometimes it doesn't come with that 401k match. That's what people want, right? And so because of that, I think there aren't many jobs other than that. It's pretty bad. I feel so bad for the people graduating now because it's like there's nothing.
There's nothing
out there.
And I don't even want to, I mean, like, yeah, it's really hard to find a STEM job, but honestly, like any job, I know so many people who are in, in other areas of work or other careers, and they cannot find a single thing. Like, it's actually kind of crazy, and it's really sad because I don't know if my dad said it or if you said it, but for like every 200 resumes you get, like you'll get 10 callbacks or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy. And so like the requirements are also going up. So like the people who apply, sometimes your resume won't even go through because they're looking at PhDs or only looking at 4.0s. So the requirements have just gone through the roof. I remember when I was at like intern fairs or anything like that, the minimum requirement for our school was like 3.5, and then for the lower end jobs it was like 3.0, which is that's reasonable. I think that's a reasonable ask, like 3.5, 3.0. But then when it comes to like nowadays, like 4.0, like what do you mean you gotta have a 4.0?
Ew.
That's not gonna happen.
That's gross as hell.
And usually the people with 4.0s are
No
just
personality.
good at school, right?
Yeah,
they don't
have
know how to do anything but the school part.
Not always,
And so,
but if we're generalizing.
I mean, this is definitely a generalized comment, but it's going to be bad because 48% of all workers in the U.S. right now are going to look for a new job next year, according to the market, which is bad because that means there's even more people are going to look for jobs that are non-existent.
Yeah.
So
you're screwed. Long story short.
So
Sorry
good
about
luck.
you. I'm sorry. I
Good
really
luck
am.
out there.
Good luck out there, baby.
Yeah, I just preface the last thing I'll say. If you are looking for a job, the best thing you can do is work on your personal projects, especially in the STEM field. Work on personal projects because that shows your passion. That shows that you actually care about what you're doing, and it differentiates you from others. But that's about it.
Slay. All right, next question. Hi, guys. Hope you are having fun. Best wishes to Ronak and Arushi. I saw the episode that you did with them back in DC on Friday and got to know that these guys were getting married on the weekend. Absolutely amazing. So, yes, congratulations to some of our best friends.
Coolest, best wedding I've ever been to in my life.
Huge shout out. Yes, congratulations to them both. We love you guys very much. I already read that. Here's my question. So, I'm currently dating someone who is 4 years older than me. She's 27 and I'm 23. She is also in grad school, and her parents want her to marry someone in the next 1 to 2 years at most. I have completed my grad school and just started with a full-time role a couple of months back, and even though I am dating to marry, I don't think that I'm ready to marry yet. I do want a couple of things financially to be settled on my own first before I ask her to marry me. I have discussed this with my partner, and she agrees with me on these things but has a lot of pressure from her family. Can you help us on how to approach this situation? She also spoke with her family about it, but they don't agree.
Wait, they don't agree with waiting?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because this person says, don't want to get married right now. Her parents say you should get married in the next 1 to 2 years because she's 4 years older.
Interesting.
This person that wrote in is 23.
I think they need to consider you being 23.
Yeah.
That's young. You're young.
It is. I mean, we got married young, to be fair, but we'd also been together a long time. So I think that's a different situation.
Yeah. And it seems like that so you want to marry this person in 1 to 2 years, right? Is that what they said?
Her parents want her to get married in 1 to 2 years. But he said he's not ready, or they said they're not ready.
Well, you don't know. You don't know. In 2 years, you might be ready. So I would say, I would say there are ways to prep to get ready. If you're in this situation, what you can do is first say, I don't think I'm ready, but I'll see. Maybe in 2 years, I'll be ready. Mm-hmm. And
it's kind of hard. Like it's fair. You can be like, listen, I can't I can't tell you what I'm going to think in 2 years. That's a long ways away. A lot can change in that time, but I'm open to the idea, or maybe if you're not open, really start kind of considering that and what that could look like for your relationship in a few years. But I think it's fair to say that you are young and, you're just getting out of grad school, you're really trying to figure out your life. And it's really kind of hard to say in the midst of everything else going on, yep, I'm going to get married in 2 years. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, it's one of those. So you're 23, you're going to be 25 in 2 years. You might actually be kind of ready to get married then. And if you're not, then it's okay. I think there are going to be ways that you can take initiative to feel more prepared. You don't have to if you don't want to. Like, let's say right now you're like, I don't want to get married. That mindset might set you back a little bit, because it might be that you're just saying that because you're so scared in the moment right now. And I totally get it. Like, that makes sense, because if somebody's like, oh, you have to get married within these 2 years, that builds a lot of pressure on you. And when somebody tells you,
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, exactly. When somebody tells you to do something, that's exactly when you don't want to do it. When your mom tells you to go clean the dishes, you don't want to clean. Even if you were walking to go clean the dishes, you're not going to want to go clean the dishes now because she told you to clean the dishes. So when you get that timeline pressure, when you get that deadline, be like, oh, you have to do it in this time, that's going to force you to not want to, even if you did want to. Mm-hmm. So I would try and take that out of your mind as much as you can and just live normally, okay? Just live like you normally would and take steps to get ready for something like that. Let's say
that's what you want.
If that's what you want. So if you want to say like you want to be financially ready, have a set goal. Like, set up a goal in 2 years. I want to be here. And if I'm not, then I can't do this. I'm not ready. And then there's another thing about, not in here, but just in general, being on the same page on your goals together. That's a huge one. If there are any, I don't know if you guys are both Indian or both the same religions, but that could be a huge topic, making sure you morally are aligned as well. But those are just a few things that you can do to get on the same page. Do you have any other things that you can get on the same page with?
Yeah, no, I think you pretty much covered everything. I think, what I was just going to second on is that it's really hard to want to do something when somebody's basically telling you to do that. Especially, I'm 25 and I still feel like I don't have solidified what I want to do, right? And we did get married young, but we'd also been together for quite some time and we knew we wanted to start our lives together pretty early on. But again, we were on the same page with a lot of things. We didn't have that pressure from our parents to get married, and we're also pretty similar in age. You're like a year and a half older than me. So
I think the pressure I felt was like Hallie saying, hey, we need to get engaged, because if we don't get engaged now, then we can't get married for another year. And I was stressed about that.
Yeah, that was my fault. I'm sorry for that. That was me just seeing the influence of like, oh my God, so many people are getting engaged. I want to be engaged too. I want to start my life with you. Like, I knew what I wanted.
Yeah.
Even though back then I didn't know what I wanted, which is kind of crazy. And sometimes I think I wish I would have we could have waited to get married. But I think till probably I was 25, because knowing what I know now, but then again, I wouldn't have that experience had I not been married young. You know what I mean?
This is my perspective on this, because when I felt that pressure from you, I was ready to get married. I was 100% down. The only thing I hadn't figured out is my finances. So I wasn't where I wanted to be financially. And so that's the one thing that was holding me back. And so like that's even then when I did propose, I don't think I was where I wanted to be financially. I was fine, but I was not where I wanted to be. And so like when we did buy this house, and like did everything, we were able to do it, but I felt like we were barely able to do it. So like, that's where I was like stressed all the time about it. Whereas if we waited that extra year, I think I would have been way less stressed financially. And I would have been more, it's not like I would have been more like happy. I felt like I was just as happy during that time, but it's just, I wouldn't have that second thing in the back of my mind saying, oh, I got to worry about this, that, and this. And so that's the only thing. But other than that, I was completely ready to go.
So just a few words of advice that you would have for this person in this situation.
My advice is just if you have a specific goal and you can't reach it by the timeline that's given, I would definitely push back and be like, hey, I have to be here for me to be comfortable, because it's just going to sit in the back of your mind. Be like, I don't feel comfortable. And then you can't be in the moment. You can't be in that most happy state. And I think that's actually going to do both of you a disservice.
Yeah, I think you need to really communicate with her and be on the same page, which it sounds like you are. But again, like you were saying, you cannot fully be satisfied with your relationship if that's always going to be in the back of your head and you're always going to be stressed about it. Like, oh, I know that like your parents want you to get married in a couple, like 1 to 2 years, but I'm just not there. You guys, it sounds like you're on the same page again, like you said. But it's important that you guys openly talk and communicate about that and not let that hinder your relationship.
Yeah.
So just being really open about it. Whenever you're stressed about it, talk about it. Don't push those feelings down. Like, for example, years ago when things were rocky between us, I would talk to you about, like, this is really bothering me and this is how I'm feeling about it. And just knowing that you were there for me and reassuring and like, it's okay that you feel that way, and having that open, honest communication between the two of us, that was key. So I would encourage you guys to just keep an open line of communication between the both of you. And remember that you're on the same team in this situation. And it sounds like she agrees with everything you say. So just remember that and keep that in the back of your head.
Next question. What inhibitions, is that how you say it?
Yes.
Okay, good. What inhibitions did you face when you decided to start your journey online, and how did you overcome them? I feel like there was never a time that we just started. It just kind of happened.
Yeah. I was kind of like, I guess I was just nervous, about putting my life online, but that's really what you sign up for when you do it. You're putting everything out there.
Yeah. The hardest part about starting something online is you have to be fully transparent, because people can see right through you.
Oh, yeah.
So if you are hiding something or you don't want to talk about something, which is fine for most things, but like people know.
People
can figure it out. And
Yeah.
I think that's where it took us a while, especially like just there's a lot of things like you got to watch what you say, because it can affect not only you two, but like the people that are in your life, like for example, family and friends, because we have examples that we talk about, and so like it can get kind of dicey, and so like I think that was the hardest thing to overcome. But the only reason that we were able to overcome that is because if you think we're transparent here, we're even more transparent to our family and friends. Okay. So like we are, I'm able to talk to anybody about anything. And if somebody has like, if anyone has like an issue with something, I'm able to talk about it. Like it's not hard for me to be like, hey, this is why, this is the explanation, or whatever it may be. And then also being able to share a lot of our experiences, to me, it's just fun. I think that's another thing that it's just, if I'm not having fun with this, I would let people know. Like you guys would know if I'm not having fun. But it's just nice for me to, this is our therapy. I always said that. This podcast is our marriage counseling.
Well, it's like our baby, and we put into it what we really want to get out of it. And I think that's really cool, because we've been able to grow it and really, this is episode 85, guys. We've done 85 of these episodes now, and we have grown and learned and evolved with each episode that we do. And I love this podcast and this platform so much because, we've been really vulnerable, and we've shared a lot of our secrets and a lot of things that we never thought we would share online ever, which is such a crazy concept in the first place, because now YouTube, the internet, everything, that's like, what's the stat? YouTube, people only watch YouTube now like more than everything else.
Yeah, so like streaming wise, I think like people watching content, YouTube is still number one.
Yeah, that's insane. And the fact that we're able to share our lives and our stories on this platform, and also find people that relate or have had similar experiences and resonate with what we're saying, that makes it all worth it to me. All right. Like, obviously we check numbers on how we do things and blah, blah, blah. But if we can impact one person, that's all I care about. You know what I mean? Like the fact that we get so many amazing responses or people reach out to us or whatever it may be, or people that know who we are when they see us. They're like, oh my God, like I love this episode. I was able to have this conversation, with my mom, or like, this really helped me get through a tough time in my life. You guys are comforting. I love listening to you guys like on my way home from work. I mean, that just, gosh, that feels so good, So I think having all of that and knowing all of that and seeing the results of this podcast is what really got me through some of the hard times where like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or like being afraid. I'm embracing who I am. I've never been more me. I mean, like there's some things obviously I hold back because like I can't say everything. I want to, but
I can
not
say
yet.
Everything.
Maybe that's
me.
behind a paywall. So not just anybody can watch it. But yeah, I think
OnlyFans.
Yeah, if only we wouldn't be working full-time jobs if we had one of those.
I do think that if you, first of all, if you're here and watching still,
thank you.
Comment what episode you started watching us at.
Ooh.
I know it's hard, so like if you can't remember the number, try and figure out the title.
Or yeah, like what we talked about.
And so because I don't usually like in the title, I never put episode whatever, and so that's probably why you wouldn't know what episode. But
yeah, we should probably do
we're
that.
episode 85. If this is your first time watching, let us know. If you were around since episode 1, let me know. I think that'll give us a perspective of when people have started watching. Mm-hmm. It'd be cool. So comment that if you made it this far.
Yes.
Next question.
How can I get a girlfriend?
All right.
This is for you.
I have some tips here. All right. This is from my perspective. Now, this is things that I didn't have when I was getting this one over here. Okay. Number 1, have a job. This is just
you didn't. You were unemployed.
I was unemployed at the time.
You'd recently been fired from Subway.
Exactly. I had exactly $300 in my bank account, which is kind of crazy.
That's probably more than like most people.
I had $300. I was 18. I had $300 in my bank account. I had $600, but then I bought a microphone, a Rode microphone.
A dumb ass. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It made you money.
I bought a microphone with the $600, and that was like $300. So I only had $300 left. Okay. I was a little stressed out. I'm just kidding. I had no stress whatsoever, but have a job. That's number 1. Okay. I think if you have a job, the woman knows that you're able to provide, right?
I mean, at 18, sure. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not talking about 18. I'm talking about now. Like our age,
yeah.
Like have a job.
In your mid-20s, sure. Yeah.
Mid-20s, have a job. Have something to do. Anyways.
Next.
Bed frame. Have a bed frame.
Have a bed frame.
Don't have your mattress on the ground.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
There's a lot of men out there who just have their mattress on the ground and they don't have a bed frame. Have a bed frame.
That's psychotic.
Women care about that.
That's diabolical.
If a woman comes into your room and not for anything crazy, just to see your bedroom, and sometimes your bedroom is in your living room if you have a studio apartment.
If you live in New York City.
I'm just saying.
What?
Okay? There's no reason that a woman, I don't know what I'm talking about, but have a bed frame. If a woman sees a bed on the ground, that's
like instant turn off. It's like, oh,
you're
God.
A serial killer at that point to her. And
you're
she's
psychotic.
Trying to get out of there. Okay?
Yeah, she doesn't want to spend a lot of time in there.
Number 3, have a goal. Have some
just one
kind of goal.
Okay.
Because that will mean that you're working on yourself. Mentally or physically, whatever it may be. Go to the like if your goal is to go to the gym every day, do it. If your goal is to meditate every day, do it. Like those things women care about. I just have like that's just something that I've seen people do, and it always I feel like means a lot to women. Okay. Number 4, I have a total of 5. Number 4, pay attention to the details. Women love when you pay attention to the details. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it just shows that you care.
Yeah. That's being thoughtful, right? Like if she says something, maybe bring it to her the next day. If she's like, oh, like this is something I really like. What, do I do a bad job at this?
Yes.
I know. I'm bad at this. I have a problem with like being super detailed. That's why I'm telling you to do it. So then you don't mess up like me. All right. I'll do better, Hallie.
Okay.
You believe me?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I like when you're thoughtful.
The last one, number 5, don't rush it.
Don't rush what?
Don't rush like trying to get a girlfriend.
Oh.
Like
okay.
don't. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
What are you talking about? Anyways, don't rush trying to get a girlfriend because the right one will come when the time is right.
That's true, because I feel like sometimes people do try and force situations, or like they're like, oh, well, if I like this person, then I have to go now, but I don't like this about this person, but if it doesn't feel right, then don't force it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What the heck?
Just don't do it, because I promise timing works out. Like, the universe will work its way out no matter what. You will find your person. I truly believe there's somebody out there for everybody. And it's really important to keep that in mind. I know you guys. All right, listen, holiday season's coming up. I know it's hard to be single. I was there. It's been a long time since I've been single, but man, and those days were hard.
Yeah.
And I get it. Everyone's holding hands. It's called cuffing season. You're ice skating. You're getting little French fries, and you're feeding each other. You're French fries. You're feeding each other. It's so cute. I could just choke you. That sounded so wrong. So cute. You're holding hands. You're sharing coats. You're sharing sweaters, and
don't rush it. Just don't.
Just don't.
Because that might end bad. Okay.
Okay. Suketu, listen, I gotta point something out.
What?
Can we take we don't drink, but can we take like a shot every single time you do this? When he starts something new. I'm sorry, guys. It's driving me crazy. I've heard you do it. Please don't. Please, for the love of God, don't. Oh my God. Like, literally, it's so annoying. Oh my God. I'm losing my mind over here. Like, remember how, okay, just a few seconds ago, or like a couple minutes ago, when you said pay attention to details. And
you pay attention to too many details.
No,
and
like,
you need to
as you were saying that, and you said, I couldn't even pay attention. I said, yes. That was because I was like, I can't believe this dude is. Oh
okay.
My God, it's
all
driving
right.
me
I'll stop that.
Crazy.
Hallie, what's the most bizarre dream you've ever had?
Ooh, I have so many. But I will say ones where I'm like talking to myself in my dream. Like, I specifically remember there was one. Okay, there have been a couple where I have seen the future.
Like deja vu?
Yeah, no, like for real. No, I'm not even kidding. Okay, I had one dream. I had two dreams. Okay, the one was deja vu. One was just weird. I was talking to myself. So one, I was, having a dream, and I was doing like normal things. I was like seeing myself. And then all of a sudden I look up into the sky, and I'm like, Hallie, wake up now. You can wake up now. It's okay. And then I woke up from my dream. That was psychotic.
Okay, that's weird.
That was psychotic, number one. And I woke up after that. It was weird as hell. Then the next one, literally, there was I was in my dream, and I was in I was at a friend's house. I was in her kitchen. I was looking outside. I remember it so clearly because it was so crazy. And I looked outside, and like that was it. Like, I was in the kitchen looking outside the back glass doors. Okay. Like months or maybe years later, I went to that friend's house. I'd never been to this person's house in my life.
Okay. And it was just like that.
I went to her birthday party, and I found myself standing exactly where I dreamt myself, and I looked outside just how I did in my dream, and that scared me because that was insane.
We're just living in a simulation.
I believe it.
So my most bizarre dreams are when somebody in my life dies. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
Like way too much. And then I'll wake up and I'll be crying.
Oh, I hate those. They're so sad.
I'm just like, why am I
hurt.
dreaming? Like, why am I dreaming about this? Like, is this like gonna happen, or like what's happening right now? It's always my mom for some reason.
It's always the mom.
I don't know why.
Mom always dies.
Why? Stop it. I don't know why. So
the mind is a crazy place.
Most bizarre. I hate those dreams, but
dude, I've had so many. And like,
there's another one that I'm not allowed to talk about though. It's really, really bad.
Do you want to tell me?
I'll tell you some other day.
Have you told me before?
Maybe.
Okay. I always have. You literally just it again. I'm going to lose my with you. Okay. All right. The last question that we're going to answer from you guys is, do you struggle as a couple in the public? In other words, do you guys get the stares? If yes, how do you manage or respond to it?
We don't get stares that often. Like, we used to. I feel like we used to notice it a lot more. Maybe it's because we were so self-conscious at the time. Like, before we even told my parents, I would always be looking around like, oh, is there any like Indian uncles or aunties that are around that might tell my parents. That's what I would always do. So like I would notice people looking at me more because I was being so attentive.
Interesting.
But now I don't notice that. The only time I really notice is when we go to Patel Brothers and everyone's staring at us. I'm like, yep. I was like, yeah, just Patel Brothers. Everybody always stares at us.
Interesting.
Have you noticed it?
Sometimes. I remember specifically there was one time we were in New York, we were on the subway, and these two, they were both Indian, and the way that they were giving, oh my
The
God,
death stare.
they were so like, I don't mean to, I'm not bringing race into it, but like they were looking at both of us together and they were like,
Looking
I
at
mean,
you like,
yeah.
what is this
And
girl
I looked,
doing next to him?
well, like they just, I don't know what their problem was. And I'm not saying they were looking at us because I'm white and you're Indian. Like I'm not going to generalize that. I don't know if that's what it was.
I have something to say on this topic real
But
quick.
they just like they were like they were not women who support women. Like they were very mean.
I have something to say on this
Go for
because
it.
I think there's some women out there that just have that face. You can't judge them just because they have that face. They can't control it.
No, what they were doing is looking me up and down and looking at each other and whispering and laughing.
Oh, yeah, they were doing that. Never mind.
Yeah.
These ones are different.
Yeah, they were awful.
These are different
So if
ones.
that's you, you're the worst.
Stop it.
That was mean.
All right. What's next, Allie?
I actually have some rapid fire-ish questions for you.
Okay.
Don't look
Okay,
at
I'm
them.
not looking.
All right. Everybody ready? These are Suketu's locked in, laser focused
Go.
answers. I think I've got about 5 questions for you. So, if you could give yourself advice at the age of 18, what would you say?
Oh, my God.
Just like brief synopsis. In anything.
Go all in on video.
Really?
I would say that.
Okay. Next, who is your dream guest on the podcast?
Probably. I mean, this is never going to happen.
Don't say that.
Possible. It'd be awesome to just talk to
Elon
Casey
Musk.
Neistat or Elon Musk.
You're obsessed with both of those men.
Yeah. Just understand like what's going on in their brains.
I would be incredibly intimidated by both of them.
Or Ryan Serhant.
I would be I would be
Dude.
way more intimidated by him.
I want to just get in his brain for a second.
Okay. Next question. If you could live, I think it's funny that I put that on there. If you could live anywhere right now, where would it be?
New York City.
All right. Which borough?
I'd probably live in Chelsea.
That's not a borough. So that's Manhattan. You just did again.
Manhattan.
Manhattan. Chelsea's a neighborhood.
I would live in that neighborhood.
Okay. Gotcha. Do you have a deep, dark secret you've never told me? You're smirking like you do. Jeez.
I think there's like one, but I'm never going to tell you, so it's okay. Next
I thought we told
question.
each other everything, babe.
I can't tell you everything, Hallie. I'm kidding.
Can you comment? It's okay to tell me
there's really
your secrets.
I've told Hallie everything that's in my brain ever. So yeah, never mind. I don't have anything.
Lastly, what is one thing you want to do in life but haven't yet?
I would love to skydive.
Oh, yuck.
I would love to skydive.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Skydive or move to a different city.
Ooh, see, I like that one. I don't know.
Questions, Hallie.
Maybe as I get older, I'll be into skydiving. But for now, can't say that I am.
I want to skydive in Dubai.
Good for you. Good on ya.
Fantastic.
Good on ya.
All right. Those were all the questions. Thank you for
Yes.
submitting. If you did, there is going to be another question of the week episode in 5 episodes.
That's so short.
Go to www.halfpastshot.com to submit your own questions and stories.
Lastly, thank you guys. If you have made it here, we have some updates for you. Okay, so get excited already. As you know, we're approaching Thanksgiving. And with Thanksgiving, we have, what do we have?
Sales.
Oh, I mean like Black Friday, yeah.
Oh, we got Black Friday.
But sales.
And you know Indian people love sales.
I think everybody
So.
loves sales.
But specifically, Hallie, it's about race here. Okay?
Everything's about race all the time.
So Indian people love sales.
I love a good sale.
And guess what? There will be something coming out soon. It won't just be on Black Friday. It'll be like starting pretty soon. I'll give you some details in a post. So make sure to follow us on Instagram and TikTok.
TikTok.
That'll give you all the details you need at Half Past Ja.
We have some new surprises and maybe some familiar stuff
Yeah.
as well.
And
Lastly, guys.
next episode, guys, we have something special for you.
We hear you, okay? We here at Half Past Ja Corporation. No, that sounds awful. We hear
In the corporate office.
we have a Half Past Ja corporate office.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? We're all just like sitting there and we're just drinking Ja and we're just like race.
They don't have
Like
any
laughing.
coffee in,
That's not
in the
funny.
office. It's just
Only
Ja.
Ja. Wait, actually, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, if anybody's looking for a job, we're hiring.
Yeah, come work for us.
There's terrible job market,
we
So,
got you guys.
gotcha.
We got you covered.
How many people are out there that need jobs? We should just hire all of them.
We should. Oh my god,
There
we're
we
just
go.
like a huge army of people, and then we dominate the world.
Facts.
But we hear you guys, and guess what? All right, next Monday we have something very special for you. That is called a guest on the podcast.
We are so excited for that.
You just did it again.
I
with your
did.
mouth.
I
You
did.
knew that one.
And
you
that
noticed.
is why we're ending it right here. Make sure, reminder, go to www.halfpastshot.com. Half Past Crew, we love you. We thank you. We're so excited for the future. There's so much more coming.
So many more guests coming.
And as always, we'll see you next Monday at Half Past Shot.
We have so many more freaking things.
Dang, 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 dang.
Next week, guest. We're traveling to have a guest.
Where are we
I
going?
can't tell anything.
Where are we going?
I can't say anything. It's illegal.
Fit. It doesn't fit in here. It doesn't fit. It's too
We're done. Goodbye. Good night. I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. Goodbye.